Hi everyone, I'm Matt Shum, and today I'll be walking through Softheon Remedy processes. These processes start with the 834 member details folder, going to a lift the parent process to create member enrollment folders. We start by logging into the Softheon application. We can see here that 45 transactions are queued up in the link to parent member details queue. These folders are the raw EDI files transactionalized into individual segments. Moving on to the next step, as the link to parent agent processes, member enrollments will be created, and the member enrollments will begin at the Smart Link process. This process ensures that these records, based on a variety of factors, tie up to the correct member record. You can see now that the folder type has changed from 834 member details to member enrollment. What we're going to show you right now is a side-by-side comparison of the member enrollment folder compared to the 834 member details folder. You can see on the left, it's still very technical with the folder elements and details. On the right, it's a much more user-friendly version of the folder. You can see the codes listed along little bubbles that correlate to direct codes in the 834 folder. The next step in the process will be the distribution member enrollment and the distribution member. Distribution member enrollment will take the transactions and send them to the corresponding confirmation queues, either confirmation add or confirmation cancel in term. The distribution member will send these transactions to either the link to parent member or the confirmation member steps. Confirmation member is for dependent records, while the subscriber records go directly to the link to parent member. This process is what creates the subscriber record. Confirmation member enrollment essentially makes sure that this transaction going through is indeed the next transaction that should proceed through workflow. You can see here that out of our cases, 37 are subscribers and go directly to the confirmation member enrollment add. The next step in the process is the metadata update process. You'll see that all 45 transactions go to this process. A data element is added to these folders based on the type of transaction that's being processed. The next step we're seeing here is the distribution transaction type. This is where we send self records to the associated business rule queues and the non-self records to the business rule pending step. As you can see here in this folder, we now have a status associated with these folders. We're now looking at the business rule add and the business rule pending steps. Again, subscribers go to the add step, while the dependents will go to the pending step. This is the step where various business level checks are performed on the data. Things such as an invalid cost share amount, an overage dependent, a rating error, a zip code error, or an invalid plan can be caught by our processes. You can see that there's one case left in the business rule pending. What this means is one of the members in the family has gone to one of our exception queues and is awaiting a remediation step. Aside from that, you can see 4 other exceptions being caught below. First, we'll look into a zip code error issue. By expanding the discussions menu, we can see that there's a zip code error, and this is letting us know that this plan is not available within that zip code for which it's being selected. The next error we're going to investigate is a plan ID error. Again, once we open the folder and expand the discussions, we can see this error is related to a plan ID error. It's letting us know that the plan ID in the case is not a valid plan being offered by the carrier. The next issue we'll investigate here is an overage dependent condition. Essentially what's happening here is we have a record where it's flagged as a child or dependent, and they're beyond the maximum allowed age threshold, in this case 26. By investigating the birth date, we can see this member is well over the age of 26. The last error here is a CSR error. Now this error is related to certain plans being offered, expecting a value in the cost share amount. Since this is a plan ending in 05, we are expecting a CSR amount in the member reporting categories to be greater than 0. You can see here that the CSR amount is listed as 0.